What happens to a desire when it is denied? When the prize we have staked our entire being on remains stubbornly, cruelly out of reach? Do we accept the lesson in humility, or do we shield our wounded pride by rewriting the story? We tell ourselves the prize was flawed, the goal unworthy, the grapes sour. It is a comforting lie, a balm for the ego. But this act of self-deception is a subtle poison. It doesn't just diminish the goal, it corrodes the integrity of the desirer. It is a story not about failure, but about the far greater tragedy of refusing to own it, a choice that transforms honest ambition into the bitter dust of resentment. In the vast, silent basin of a long-dead sea, there was only whiteness. An endless salt flat, cracked and shimmering under a merciless sun, stretched from one horizon to the other. Nothing grew. Nothing lived. There was only the salt, the sky, and the ceaseless whisper of the wind. Upon this sterile canvas existed two ancient souls. One was the elder Geode, a hulking, silent stone half buried in the crystalline crust. Its exterior was a rough, unremarkable grey, weathered by millennia of sun and solitude. It did not move. It simply was. Its virtue was an unyielding patience, a deep and abiding integrity. Its counterpoint was the restless Pumice. Born of ancient fire and fury, it was light, porous, and hollow. The wind was its master, tumbling it across the great white plain in a frantic, pointless dance. It was defined by its impulsiveness, by a gnawing envy for anything that possessed a core, a weight, a purpose. The pumice despised its own lightness, mistaking it for emptiness. It was the pumice who clung to the legend, the story of the bismuth heart vein. Deep beneath the salt, it was said, flowed a liquid miracle, a shimmering, iridescent river of molten bismuth that would grant permanence and inner color to whatever it touched. To the pumice, it was the ultimate salvation, the cure for its hollow existence. The glory is beneath us, it would rasp to the geode, its voice like grit scraping on stone. A core of shimmering truth. Why do you sit there, content with your grey shell? We must break through. The geode remained silent, absorbing the heat of the day. It knew its worth was not on its surface, but locked deep within, a secret city of amethyst crystals, grown in darkness and silence. It had no need for the bismuth heart vein. Obsessed, the pumice began its assault. It would let the wind carry it high, then hurl itself down upon the salt crust. A tiny crack. A puff of white dust. It threw itself again and again, a frantic, desperate battery against the unyielding earth. Days bled into weeks, weeks into seasons. The pumice grew scarred, its edges chipped away, its pores choked with salt. The crust remained unbreachable. Its envy for the geode curdled into a raw, accusatory rage. You mock me with your stillness, it shrieked, its voice thin and broken. You have weight. You could shatter this prison with a single shudder. But you do nothing. You hoard your stability. Finally, after 1,000 impacts, 1,000 failures, the pumice broke. Not the salt crust, but its own fragile form. A great fissure ran through it. It could no longer catch the wind. It lay defeated, a fractured husk on the white plain it had tried so desperately to conquer. It stared at the unbroken, mocking surface. The shimmering dream of the bismuth was gone, replaced by the bitter taste of failure. And in that moment, the poison of rationalization took root. The legend was a lie, the pumice whispered to the uncaring wind. Or worse, a trap. The bismuth below, it is surely a toxic sludge. A caustic fluid that would have filled my lightness with a foul, heavy poison. It would have tarnished me. I am lucky. I am free. I never truly wanted it. The lie hung in the air, heavier than any stone. For the first time in an eon, the elder Geode spoke, its voice the slow, deep grinding of continents. The salt did not break you, it rumbled. Your thirst did. The core you sought from the world was a treasure you refused to build within yourself. Your hollowness was never a void, but a vessel. You could have filled it with patience. Instead, you filled it with envy. A final, mournful gust of wind swept across the flats. The shattered pumice, its last lie, its only epitaph, crumbled into a fine grey powder and scattered into the whiteness, becoming one with the endless desolation. The geode remained, and as dusk fell, a faint, purple light began to glow from its deep, hidden heart. The restless pumice is the modern soul, hollowed out by a relentless pursuit of external validation, the next promotion, the perfect online image, the elusive symbol of success we believe will finally make us whole. We hurl ourselves against the unyielding crust of circumstance, and when we fail, our ego offers a seductive escape to declare the prize was never worth the effort. This sour grape's rationalization feels like a victory, a clever defense. But it is a profound self-betrayal. It teaches our spirit to stop wanting, to stop striving with integrity. It replaces the grace of acceptance with the corrosion of bitterness, ensuring that our inner world becomes as barren as the salt flat our ambitions died upon. We are all defined not by the prizes we win, but by how we carry ourselves in the face of the ones we lose. To say, "it was sour anyway," is to surrender a piece of our own truth. The greatest wisdom lies not in conquering the world, but in knowing, cultivating, and cherishing the unshakable worth that already resides within our own silent, patient heart. Look inward. The treasure you chase is the one you already are,